What's up guys, Alex from FIFA Scouting Tips here, and welcome to Season 1, Episode 8 of Orient Express. Hope you all had a good Christmas break and New Year celebration as well. I had a bit of time off, really needed to get a bit of a rest. I was working myself into the ground ready, needed some time off, so I'm back now with some more Orient Express. And we have this game against Charlton in the Cup. It's just in the Cup, so I'm going to sim it just to get through it quickly and move on to some more important games. And we drew that one 2-2 but lost 3-4 on penalties, so came pretty close there. I think that was a semi-final of the Johnson's Paint Trophy, so not a bad effort in the Cup there. Got through to the semi-final but lost on penalties. Annoyingly, Blair Turgott is out for 9 days with an injury. It could have been a bit worse, but still, any injury is a bit annoying, but he's only out for 9 days, I guess. Okay, it's time for some training. I've changed out Horgan in place of Cox, so we've got all scouted players this time round, and going to sim it all as usual to get through it quickly and hopefully get some good growth. And yeah, Taylor's grown a level. He's now up to 70 overall, which is great. Weissner got some alright growth there, but unfortunately Spark got a D and Horgan got an F, which was even worse. So a bit of a mixed bag there, but more importantly, Taylor did grow a point. Right, up next we have this game against Burton. If you look at the table in the bottom right, you can see there are only a couple of places behind us. So it's quite an important game, so I will play this one. I did leave out a few important players in that last cup game, so we've got a good strong squad in this one. So let's see if we can get a good result against them. In a pretty dismal first half, the first opportunity came to us, Schuster slipping Dimitrio through on goal. He was just onside and he smashed it in at the near post. Goalkeeper really stood no chance there with the power that he got behind the shot and how close he was to the goal. There was always a good chance that that was going to be a goal. That being Dimitrio's second goal of the season now. Doesn't score many goals, but creates a lot of opportunities and he's a good little player. Second chance came to him again. He somehow won the header on a corner but couldn't get it on target. He's tiny, I don't know how he won that one, but that's all there was in the first half. We had 4 shots, but we could hardly get any of them on target. Only 1 shot on target. Luckily it had gone in for us. They had 55% of the possession but not a single shot. They were just not interested in going forward and causing any trouble for our defence. And in the second half it just got worse. Every time they came forward and got to the halfway line, they turned around and passed it back into their own half again. No interest in going forward, creating chances and taking risks, and it meant it was very, very difficult for me to win the ball back. They weren't taking any risks and I just had to run around trying to get the ball off them, but it was very, very difficult to do that. I did manage to create 1 chance though for Spark, beating his defender, smashing it towards goal, but the goalkeeper parried it behind for a corner. We then had another chance late on. We chipped the ball forward, Cox headed it down to Schuster, who took a snapshot, but he couldn't get that one on target. And that was all there was in the game. We won it 1-0. We had 6 shots, but again, we could hardly get any on target, only 2 shots on target. They had 61% of the possession, but in the entire game, they didn't have a single shot, not even one that was on target or anything like that. No attempts on goal whatsoever. They just had no interest in shooting at all. It's very, very boring, and it's often like this playing against the AI. It dominates possession, but it just doesn't try and take any shots on goal. So it can be a very, very boring game quite often. Very, very hard to get the ball back. We did have some good ratings though. James got a 7.7, Dimitri got a 7.3, as did Taylor. Schuster got 7.2 and Spark got 7.1. So some alright performances there. We did do enough to win, but like I said, it was very, very dull in that game. Very hard to get the ball back, and the opposition just were not trying to score at all. But it didn't matter. We got the 3 points in the end, and at the end of the day, that's what matters. I really am sorry that game was so boring. I mean, the AI had 60% of the possession and didn't have a single shot all game. That tells you all you need to know about how boring it is to play against them. I mean, in the second half, they come forward, they get the ball over the halfway line, and then immediately turn around and pass it back into defence. It was just so hard for me to get the ball back or create any opportunities for myself at all. So I am sorry about that, but if you've got any ideas on how to make it a bit more entertaining, a bit more of a flowing match, how to get the opposition to attack a bit more, how to make it easy to get the ball back, that kind of thing, please let me know in the comments, because I am trying to make it a bit more entertaining for myself to play, because we all know how the AI can be to play against sometimes. So any tips you've got, please do share them with me in the comments. Right, after that game, it's time for some training. I've swapped out Weissner for Schuster, and I'm going to work on his finishing a bit, because his dribbling is really, really good, and so is his pace, but his finishing isn't great at the moment. So we've had some alright growth already. Taylor did well with a B. Sparks growed a little bit despite only getting a D. Schuster got a C, and Horgan also got a D, so not great, I guess, but there was a little bit of growth there. Right then, up next is this match against Hartlepool in the league. They're not that close to us, so I will sim this one because there's a much more important game coming up soon. I want to get it onto that one quickly. So we win that one 2-0, Schuster and Spark getting the goals. Good to see our young strikers bagging some goals for us. Right then, time for some more training. Same as before, I think Spark is very close to going up a level. Horgan could feasibly go up a level, and we want to keep Schuster's finishing going up as well. And of course Taylor, keep that growth going with him too. So plenty of people the same, and we have Horgan growing a point. He got a C, but he's grown. Schuster got a C as well. Taylor got some very good growth. He's almost at 71 now, and Spark wasn't bad either, still pretty close to going up to 63. So that was a pretty good training session, some decent growth there. Right, time for a match against Crew Alexandra, one of our league rivals. They are second in the league, I think, so it's a very important game. We want to make sure we keep a good distance between ourselves and the rest of the pack. So we're playing this one, and let's see if we can get that all-important win. Not even 2 minutes on the clock and we already crafted the first opportunity. Martin running through on goal, racing away from his defender, but unfortunately he couldn't hit the target. Really should have done a bit better from that chance, I think. We made amends though, Schuster nicking the ball off the defender, running clean through on goal, and you know he's not going to miss from that kind of range. Just stroking it home to make it 1-0 after 21 minutes. This is the kind of opportunity that Schuster just gobbles up and takes every single game. That being his 17th goal in League 2, really running away with it at the top of the scoring charts. They almost struck back instantly though, some nice passing on the edge of the box, but a fantastic save from Taylor. A really good reaction there. It was a great shot on goal, really was destined to be a goal until he stepped in and parried it behind. We nearly made it 2-0 though. Martin playing through Schuster, who picked up the ball but really wasted the opportunity, just skewing it wide of the goal. Should have done better than that. Came in at half time and it was very even. We had 3 shots and 2 of them on target. They had 3 shots and 1 on target. They did have more possession as usual, but it could really have gone either way with the amount of chances that each team was creating. I was quite pleased to be 1-0 up, especially against such a close rival for the title. Hopefully I was going to see this one out. Preston did well on the wing, crossing it in, and Schuster won the header, but a great reaction save for their goalkeeper, kept it out, couldn't make the most of that. From the resulting corner though, there was an almighty scramble. They couldn't get the ball clear at all, and we just bundled it into the goal somehow. Martin just hitting it off his hip, I think. Don't know what the defender was doing on the floor there. He had no chance of getting the ball, and Martin took full advantage. He wasn't going to miss from that kind of range. That being his first goal in League 2, he wasn't going to care how he scored as long as it went in. They came very close to pulling a goal back though, crossing it in and winning the header well, but seeing their shot hit the crossbar, and then luckily Taylor was there for the rebound to keep the ball out, keep it at 2-0. As they pressed for a goal, we managed to take advantage, and Cox running forward. This time unfortunately though, the goalkeeper kept it out with a very good reaction save, but we kept pressing for more goals. This time Demetrio with a great shot that rattled the crossbar. Really unlucky not to score a spectacular goal there. And we managed to hold on for the 2-0 win. Again, very close at the end of the game. We had 6 shots and 5 on target. They had 8 and 4 on target. Again, they had more possession, but it was a very close game. It could really have gone either way. 2-0 flattered us, I think. They were creating lots of chances, and like I said earlier at halftime, against a title rival, this is a really good result, away from home as well. So I was very pleased with that 2-0 win. Taylor got a 9.1 rating, man of the match, made lots of good saves, very dominant on corners as well, really good performance. Schuster got a 7.4, Martin got a 7.8, really effective as an attacking midfielder, and Cox got a 7.1, so some very decent performances, but really I think it was our goalkeeper Taylor who helped us win that game. Okay, after that game, unfortunately, Nicholas Viatri got a sprained knee injury. He's out for 3 weeks. He's that centre-back that we've got in on loan from Aston Villa. He's pretty good, he's got decent sprint speed, and he's about 6'6", I think, so he's pretty big. So he is unfortunately out for 3 weeks. We have other centre-backs, so I'm sure we will survive. Right, more training. Same again as before, because it was going quite well and got a couple of players still ready to grow another level pretty much. Taylor somehow didn't grow a level despite being right on the brink, but luckily Spark did. Schuster did well, he's getting pretty close to 70 now, and Horgan got some decent growth as well. Bit annoying really that Taylor didn't get any growth, but I'm sure he will soon. So up next we have this game against Wimbledon. I am going to sim it though again because they're not very close to us in the league, and soon we have some scouting reports. I want to get to those nice and quickly. So we win that one 3-0. Pretty easy game, I guess. A very good result. Okay, I am going to promote a couple of players, I think, because a few of them are getting to 18 now, and I think that's about time to promote them. They don't look amazing. Stephen Laird, 56, for example, at 18 years old, but he has got some very good physical stats, so I think that should hopefully help him become a bit better than he looks when you actually play him on the pitch. And then Ben Creevy, the other one, rated 54 as an attacking midfielder. Got some okay stats, but nothing really particularly special. So I think what I'm going to do is just promote these guys, see how they grow. If they don't grow particularly well, I can sell them next season in the first window. But if they do okay, then maybe they'll be worth keeping for squad players. So first up we have Stephen Laird, and he wants a standard £500 as you do, and he's a centre-back. And then we have Ben Creevy, who is same £500 as an attacking midfielder. So we'll do that. they will accept those, and we'll have a look at them in a minute. Okay, here we are. Here's Ben Creevy, rated 54 as we saw before, value £110,000. Some of his stats here, like I said before, not amazing. His passing is alright, I guess. His free kicks might grow to be okay in the future, hopefully. So we'll see how he does, see how he grows. And then finally, Stephen Laird on 56. Like I said before, very good physical stats, 74 sprint speed and 77 jumping, as well as 72 strength. Should be pretty useful at the back, and he's also 6'5", which is interesting. So that's going to be very, very useful. 4-star skills, which is a bit random for a centre back, but yeah, whatever. Ben Creevy, attacking midfielder, has 3-star skills and low work rate, so that could be a little bit irritating. We'll have to see how they do, but hopefully they'll grow quite well. Right then, first of the month, and that means it's time for some scouting reports. So we have Makaleni in Spain, Diego Rodriguez, wow, look at that overall, 56 is 74 overall, looking really good, 68 to 92 potential. With an overall like that at 15 years old, I definitely want to sign that player up. And then Evaristo Villalba, 61 to 85 potential, probably not good enough, he's 17, he's got really low overall, so I think I'll turn him down. Then we have Lobo, and he is in Italy, and we have Davide Parodi, 41 to 55 overall, 68 to 92 potential, looks good, but he's got very low overall, so I think to be honest I'll look at him for one more month just to be on the safe side. Then Lorenzo Samarco, 67 to 87 potential, it's gone down a bit, and 39 to 49 overall. As a goalkeeper, definitely not good enough. We've got two other very good goalkeepers, so I'll turn him down. Then Luca Perticoni, 67 to 91 potential, again pretty similar to Parodi, so I think I'll leave him for one more month. Probably won't take him on because his overall isn't very good, but we'll see. And then Luigi Bonaventura, 67 to 83 potential, so again he's gone down, so I think we can turn that player down. Then Luigi Di Matteo, 61 to 81, definitely turn him down. Nicolao Sinaglia, I think, 65 to 91 potential. Once again, I'll look at him again for another month, see how he is. Probably won't take him on because it's not the highest potential range I've ever seen, but we'll see in another month's time. And then finally, Rolando Spinazzola, 59 to 79, definitely turning him down. So we'll look at these three for one more month because they've got good potential. And then finally we have Swan, and he's in Germany, and we have Edgar Startsev, 53 to 71, definitely turning him down. Corey Bruckner, another goalkeeper with very good potential, overall isn't that great though. A bit reluctant to take him on because we've got Horgan and Taylor of course already, so we'll see for one more month. If he turns out to be quite special, then we'll take him on, but I don't think he will be because of that overall, but we'll see in a month's time. And finally Mark Jacob, yep, he looks really good still after 2 months, 52 to 66 overall, 72 to 92 potential. Annoyingly, yet another goalkeeper, but we can always train him up and then sell him if we need to. We need to get the money, so we'll sign him up, look at Bruckner for one more month. So from having a look at these players in the youth academy, it looks like this was probably quite a good idea to sign both of them. We have Rodriguez at 60 and Jacob at 61, both at 15 years old. That's a really good overall for their ages. Some decent stats for Rodriguez, mainly his free kick taking, interestingly, but his passing looks quite good. His ball control and vision are some of his better stats as well. So hopefully he'll turn into a really good playmaker. He is a central midfielder, perfectly suited to that role. And then we have Jacob in goal, obviously, with some decent stats. As usual with scouted goalkeepers, his positioning isn't anywhere near as good as his other stats, but we can always train that up, and with such high potential I'm sure he'll become very good in the future. So those are the new players, and we can have a look at how our other players are doing now as well. We have Cristobal Cabrera at 58 as a playmaker with some decent stats and a good potential. Then we just looked at Rodriguez, so we have Frank Boyle. This guy, if you remember, is much better as a midfielder, as an attacking midfielder. I think he's played as a centre back, but he goes up almost 10 points if you put him in midfield, and with really high potential he's worth keeping, I think. Then Kevin McKenzie at 58 as a central midfielder, again with some okay stats in there. Mark Jacob we just looked at. Then we have Matthias Zampano, 55 overall, but look at that potential, 83 to 94. He isn't an attacker. His finishing and shot power are his best stats really, apart from his pace. So as a striker, he goes up to about 60 overall, so he's much better there, so I can play him there when he gets promoted. We have Moritz Weitzner at 60 at 16 years old, the highest potential in my academy, 87 to 94, physically strong centre back. Again, another centre back with some good stats. After the one we just promoted, he's got 76 acceleration, 79 jumping and 72 strength. That's pretty good at centre back. Then Ryan Horgan, goalkeeper, 73 to 79 potential, but I trained him up loads and he's up to 64 already, so he can probably exceed that potential, I reckon. And like I said before, the other goalkeeper, we can always sell him if we want to. Then finally Tom Stevens at 48. This is another player where if you play him up front, he goes up about 10 points. Pretty pacey, so he'll be about 58 up front, which is not bad at all. So that is how our youth academy is doing. If you think I should promote any of these players, do let me know in the comments below. Right, time for some more training, and I may as well train up the new goalkeeper Jacob, because look how close he is to going up to a new point, so I've put him in with some training. So it's mostly goalkeepers in this training session, but that's good because I won't state their physical stats very much. And well, look at that, Taylor's gone up finally, Schutter's also gone up to 70, Horgan unfortunately got an F so didn't grow, and Jacob still really close to growing up to another level. Unfortunately he didn't this time, but Schuster and Taylor did very well, some very nice growth for them there. Okay, first of the month, and that means it's time to see how our players are growing. So we have Danny Taylor on 71 plus 13. With that latest bit of growth, he's gone up another level, up to 71. And as usual with goalkeepers, phenomenal growth. Reflexes and positioning both up 23 points. So we'll have to see how much he can keep growing, because he could well get to, I don't know, 75, maybe even almost up to 80 by the end of the season. If he keeps on growing this way, he's only been growing this much for half a season. It's just kind of crazy, really. So pretty good stuff there. Hopefully that keeps on going. Then we have Lucas Kanduz on 66 plus 2. Then Viatri, obviously he's out injured. He's still got 13 more days to go, and he's grown 2 points up to 65. Then we have our new guy Stephen Laird on 56 stat growth already, which is good to see. Hopefully he'll grow a level soon. Then we have Scott O'Halloran on 62 plus 4. Then Loris Dimitriou on 67 plus 3. And then Ben Creevy, the new guy, on 55 plus 1, already grown, and he's only just been promoted, so that's good to see. And his physical stats too are growing, which is very, very good, especially for an outfield player like an attacking midfielder where you want them to be quite fast. That's quite useful. Then we have Mark Stokes on 57 plus 2, and then Andrea Bresson in on loan, of course, on 68 plus 1. Then we have Stephen Martin on 54 plus 3, pretty good growth for him so far this season. And then Paul Spark on 63 plus 5, even better growth for him, 86 acceleration and 83 sprint speed. His finishing is going up nicely as well, so hopefully he'll score a few more goals for us. He's got 4 goals so far. We'd want him to get more really, but I'm sure he'll do a bit better soon. And then after that we got a few real players before we get to Schuster on 70 plus 5. He's now on 17 goals in 25 appearances. That's 17 in 19 games in the league. Really amazing stuff. I'm sure now that we're in the transfer window there's going to be some interest in him, so we're going to want to keep hold of him as much as possible. I don't want to sell him just yet because we haven't got a ready-made replacement, so try and hold on to him and get him to grow even more. So that is how our promoted youth players are doing so far. So as you can see here is the 1st of January, and that means the transfer window is open. So if there are any players you reckon I should sell, or any players you think I should bring in, like if there are any positions that you think need strengthening, that kind of thing, do let me know, because I've got plenty of time to make some offers in the transfer window to bring in some players or get players out on loan or sold or whatever. So just let me know in the comments what you want me to do. Same with everything in this career mode. If there are any players that you want me to promote for my youth academy, any places you think I should scout, that kind of thing, keep all your feedback coming as well. Don't forget also that the Scouting God contest this month is on the best centre backs, the highest overall centre backs aged 18 or under. There should be plenty of ways of finding these. They can be physically strong ones or defensive minded, however you want to do it. That will end at the end of January, so you've got ages left on that one. So make sure if you found a really good centre back that matches that description, take a picture when they're in the academy or just after they've been promoted. Try and make sure there's no stat growth just to keep it fair for everybody else. You can then send that picture to @FIFA Scouting on Twitter using the hashtag ScoutingGod, or you can submit it to facebook.com/FIFA or submit it on FIFAscoutingtips.com, or leave a link to the image in the comments below. Loads of ways of doing that, like I say, and that'll end at the end of the month, so plenty of time on that one. Any more things you want me to do on my channel or on my website as well, FIFAscoutingtips.com, keep all your feedback coming and all your thoughts. I do try and read them all as much as I can. Make sure you leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching. And this month's winner is Melvin Gondorf, found by Harry Easton. He is rated 94 at 18 years old. 94 at 18 years old, just think about that for a minute. That is absolutely insane. This has got to be the best scouted player I have ever seen.